Hello, I'm Edward Tarte, once a Catholic priest for 5 years in the 1960s, now an atheist, which means I find no credible evidence for the existence of any God. During the 3 years that I was an assistant priest at St. Michael's Church in Houston, every Tuesday evening at 7:30 we had in the church a devotional service in honor of Mary, the mother of Jesus. The other assistant priest and I took turns conducting the service, which was usually attended by about 30 people, mostly women. The main thing we did was to pray the Rosary. That involves saying 50 times this prayer. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. I was very much accustomed to saying this prayer. It had been part of our daily prayer regimen in the seminary, and in those seminary years I said that prayer somewhere in the neighborhood of 45,000 times, with never the slightest shred of evidence of any results coming from the prayer. In the prayer, the phrase "full of grace" refers to the Catholic doctrine of the Immaculate Conception. That is, that Mary, unlike all the rest of us humans, came into the world not stained by the filthy condition of sinfulness inherited from the biblical Adam and Eve. This doctrine of the Immaculate Conception was officially proclaimed in 1854 by Pope Pius IX, exercising his alleged infallibility. That is, that God guaranteed that what the Pope said on that occasion is true. Catholics are required to believe in the Immaculate Conception of Mary, although of course there is not a shred of credible evidence to support it. And on the feast day of the Immaculate Conception, which is December 8th, Catholics in many countries have the same serious obligation to attend Mass that they have on Sundays, so that a Catholic who deliberately does not attend Mass on that day and dies unrepentant will go to hell and be tortured there forever. During those devotional services, after the Rosary, I would give a brief talk to the faithful, telling them what a wonderful person Mary is, and mentioning from time to time not only her Immaculate Conception, but also her Assumption, which is the official Catholic teaching that when she died, not only her soul, but also her body went to heaven to be with her Son, Jesus. This doctrine of the Catholic Church was proclaimed, again infallibly, in 1950 by Pope Pius XII. Catholics are required to believe it, although, again, there is not a shred of credible evidence to support it. And on the feast day of the Assumption, which is August 15th, again, in many countries, Catholics have to go to Mass or else go to hell. Catholic doctrine, then, is that there are currently exactly two physical bodies in heaven: the body of Jesus and the body of Mary. All the other inhabitants of heaven are disembodied souls waiting until Judgment Day for their bodies to join up with their souls. In my priestly days, as now, I loved classical music, and I treasured the opportunity from time to time of attending live Houston Symphony concerts. But because of my lifestyle, I was seldom able to do it. However, on some of those Tuesdays, the Houston Symphony Orchestra was giving a live concert downtown, 20 minutes away from St. Michael's Church. After the devotional service honoring Mary, it was too late for me to attend the entire concert. But here is what I did on at least 2 occasions right after the service. I drove downtown, parked near the concert hall, and waited in front of the hall until intermission. Then I went in the unlocked front door. There was no ticket taker there. And I mingled with the intermission crowd in the lobby. When intermission was over and most of the concert goers were again seated, I entered the auditorium, sat in an empty seat near the back, and enjoyed the second half of the concert. Now, I had what my seminary priest teachers had called a tender conscience, which was the right thing to have. I had not bought a ticket, but to compensate the Houston Symphony, I had mailed them an anonymous donation that more than covered the cost of a ticket. So I had a fairly clear conscience, not completely clear from guilt feelings, but I rationalized those feelings, and I never mentioned this when I went to confession. I remember what one of the compositions was that I enjoyed live on one of those occasions. It was Richard Strauss's 25-minute composition, Death and Transfiguration, about a man dying and his soul going to heaven. I loved that music then, and I still do. It is now one of my Mr. Music presentations here on YouTube. Now, here is the interactive part of this video in case any of you are interested. If you will listen to my Mr. Music presentation of Death and Transfiguration, linked below, and message me from my profile page the time in minutes and seconds when the music depicts the man's death and his soul going up to heaven. If you do that, I will give you as a prize a 48-hour pass to the concert hall venue that now enriches my life, the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra's digital concert hall. They have Death and Transfiguration in their concert archives. On your computer, you can watch and listen to it if you want, or choose any number of selections from the hundreds of other live performances in their archives during any 48-hour time period of your choosing. There is a saying that confession is good for the soul. So I have just confessed to you, my YouTube audience, that half a century ago, after a couple of evenings of priestly ministry at St. Michael's Church, I sneaked into the Symphony Concert Hall without a ticket. Thank you for watching this video.